The government data show a frightening picture of road accident as 7 people are killed and 40 others injured in road accidents every day in the country. In the last 5 months alone, over 1,700 road accidents took place, killing more than 1,000 people. The lack of apathy on behalf of the government on the face of such an alarming death rate is highly deplorable. Good morning, I'm Amar Singh Pradhan and these are the headlines of the hour. Majority of leaders of the ruling Nepal Communist Party allege the party leadership of running the party and the government for 18 months in an autocratic way. At least 1,700 road accidents registered in the country in the last 5 months. 7 people die in road accidents every day on average. Concerned government authorities not serious. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi calls on the demonstrators to exercise restraint. Large demonstrations taking place in cities including Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad and Kolkata against the new law. And Pokhara Pultons taking on Chitwan Rhinos in today's match under the Pokhara Premier League. Pokhara looking for second consecutive win. Members of the Standing Committee of the ruling Nepal Communist Party have expressed dissatisfaction over the party leadership's unilateral modus operandi in running the party and the government. Speaking at the Standing Committee meeting held at the party's central office in Dhumbarai, the Standing Committee members flayed Chairman duo KP Sharma Oli and Pushpa Kamal Dahal for not abiding by the party's discipline, failing to consult the party leaders and appointing selective leaders close to them as ministers during the recent cabinet reshuffle without proper evaluations. 12 leaders including Bhim Rawal, Yuvraj Gyawali, Astalakshmi Sakya, Debendra Paudel and Agni Sapkota had pitched their dissatisfaction at the meeting. Likewise, they also urged the leadership to evaluate the cost of implementing the Indo-Pacific strategy put forth by the US. The leaders also opined that the party should take more of a socialist approach in the coming days. Likewise, the leaders have also suggested the amendment of the party statute to introduce the post of vice chairperson at the provincial and district levels, along with increasing the number of secretariats. The Standing Committee meeting is scheduled to continue today. The Central Committee meeting of the main opposition Nepali Congress has been deferred till tomorrow as the faction led by senior leader Ramchandra Paudel reiterated their demand for the party's general convention. The meeting was called at early noon yesterday. The establishment faction convened the meeting twice, though the faction led by senior leader Paudel boycotted them. The establishment faction suspended the meeting on the face of the indifference on the part of Paudel-led faction and the demand for the general convention. Meanwhile, Party President Sher Bahadur Deuba had proposed the agendas for the formation of 41 departments, extension of the term of the sister organizations and establishment of ad hoc committees during the meeting on Thursday. However, the meeting could not hold the discussion over the agendas as faction led by Paudel boycotted the meeting. Based on government data, unsafe roads, negligence of drivers and weak monitoring have claimed over 1,000 lives and at the same time leaving over 2,000 people seriously injured in over 1,700 separate road accidents in the country in the past 5 months alone. Despite the alarmingly high number of casualties and accidents, the concerned government authorities have yet to show seriousness towards minimizing accidents. We have a report.
15 people lost their lives in a bus accident in Khadi Chor of Sindhupalchok on Sunday. Poor condition of the buses, drivers' carelessness and narrow roads have been attributed as the reasons for this accident. It may be recalled that on 3rd of December, 14 people lost their lives in a jeep accident in Baglung, while 19 others lost their lives in another accident in Argokhachi on the 1st of this month. In the previous Demplis month of Mangsir, 253 people lost their lives in 1,578 accidents. Since the beginning of the current fiscal year, 5,300 accidents have been recorded, with 1,030 lives lost and over 200 injured, which is 40% more than the numbers recorded during the same period last year. In any given day, 7 people on average lose their lives, while 40 suffer injuries due to road accidents. However, concerned government units have yet to take necessary initiatives to control the situation. The Department of Transport Management has issued a directive to monitor the standard of roads. However, the implementation has remained feeble. Police monitoring is considerably weak in rural areas as well.
And in our public voice segment, we had asked the locals in Ilam what should be done to develop the tourism sector so that the benefits can reach up to the local levels. Let's take a look at what they have to say.
Public voice.
सरसफाई र खानेपानी टोयलेटको व्यवस्था गर्नुपर्ने आवश्यक छ। कसैले चाहिँ प्याकेजको रूपमा चाहिँ यी कुराहरूलाई घुमाएर आफ्नो तरिकाले ठाउँ-ठाउँमा लाने व्यवस्थाहरू टुरिस्टहरूलाई गरेर पनि यहाँको आय आर्जन वृद्धि गर्न सकिन्छ। अध्ययन थलाहरू पनि बनाउँदै जानुपर्ने हुन्छ। जस्तै जडीबुटी अध्ययन गर्ने कोही पर्यटकहरू आउन सक्छ, कोही चाहिँ अब जैविक विविधता अध्ययन गर्ने आउन सक्छ, कोही चराचुरुङ्गी अध्ययन गर्ने हिसाबले नै आउन सक्दछ विदेशीहरू।
And it's now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And your question is, why have road accidents not been minimized? Your options are A, government's ignorance, option B, unsafe roads, and option C, high-handedness of bus owners and drivers. The voting for the question is on. Type any WS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And let's move on to sports update.
Sports news.
Defending champions Pokhara Paltans are taking on Chitwan Rhinos in today's match under the Pokhara Premier League. The match is scheduled to begin from 11:30 a.m. Prior to this, Pokhara Paltans had registered an emphatic victory over Kathmandu Goldens in their inaugural match. Pokhara are therefore aiming for the second consecutive win today. Meanwhile, Chitwan Rhinos, being led by Paris Khadka, are playing their first match of the tournament. They will go into the match looking to upset the defending champions led by Sarad Veswalker. Likewise, in a match played yesterday, Kathmandu Goldens suffered their second defeat of the tournament, going down to Butwal Blasters in a super over, losing the match by 10 runs. Tribhuvan Army Club and Chasel Club have started their Martyrs Memorial A Division League with wins yesterday. In the match played at the Enfa ground in Saddobato, Tribhuvan Army Club defeated Friends Club 2-1. Navayug Shrestha gave Tribhuvan Army an early lead by scoring in the very first minute of the match. Shakti Rai came up with an equalizer for Friends Club in the beginning of the second half. Bharat Khawaz scored the decider in the 81st minute to seal Tribhuvan Army's 2-1 win over Friends Club. In another match played yesterday at the Daswati Stadium, Chasel Club defeated Sankata 2-0. Santosh Saukala scored both the goals, one in the 41st minute and another in the 84th minute of the match to give Chasel their first win in the tournament. And now time for our special segment, Sports Buzz.
Following the historic success of the just concluded 13th South Asian Games, the sports enthusiasts back home are likely to be treated with more sports action as the prestigious Martyrs Memorial A Division League football kicked off this Saturday. The coveted league last year was held after a hiatus of 4 years due to disputes within Enfa, the football governing body in Nepal. Meanwhile, in the inaugural match, Machindra Club defeated Brigade Boys Club. In other sports action back home, the second edition of Pokhara Premier League, a franchise cricket tournament, also kicked off from this Sunday in the picturesque Pokhara city. In the inaugural match, defending champions Pokhara Paltan thrashed Kathmandu Golden by 9 wickets.
And those were our latest headlines. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. this morning. Stay with us for more news and entertainment on KDVSD. Good day.